My name's Sean Robertson, manager of the Florissant Civic Center Theatre. Today we're going to do a special edition of our show On Cue, live from the Florissant Civic Center Theatre. We've got a lot of things to offer here at the Florissant Civic Center Theatre. We're mainly known as a rental house, or what is called a road house. We rent the theater to many local community theater groups, such as the Alpha Players and the Hawthorne Players and Next Generation Theater Company, as well as we have two series, our children's theater series called the St. Louis Family Theater Series and the Florissant Fine Arts Council Applause series, which is more of a touring series where we get a show that comes in one day, we put them on stage and have a show that night, and by the end of the night they're back out on the road. We also do a children's theater series which has been taken over by the City of Florissant thanks to the mayor and the City Council. I'm standing here today in our theater lobby, which is also a year-round art gallery, and it changes once a month, so anytime you should come over and have a look at our wonderful art displays going on here at the Florissant Civic Center Theatre. And pretty soon we're going to take you inside to the newly named Gary R. Gaddis Auditorium, which was named after the theater manager for 37 years who made this theater into what it is today. The theater was renovated in 2004 and was built in 1972, and the renovations really allow us to stay competitive with the touring shows that are out there coming across the country. Welcome to our Florissant Civic Center Theatre Auditorium, the Gary R. Gaddis Auditorium. This is a 567-seat theater. It's a proscenium-style stage. You'll see that we've got a nice layout here, a stadium-style seating. If you look at our stage, there's we have an orchestra pit underneath. All the platforms on the edge of the stage removed so we can have a full orchestra there, or we can remove just sections in order to just have the conductor stick his head out during musicals. Here at the Florissant Civic Center Theatre, we have a really nice system as far as our theater and our lighting and sound. You're not going to find anything like this in any other municipality across the St. Louis area. The Florissant Civic Center Theatre is run by the City of Florissant, and we have a lot to offer here. You're not going to find this size house in a city-run building anywhere in the St. Louis area. And to look at our light board and sound board, and where our spotlight operators run the show, and where a stage manager will call the show. We've got a nice view of the stage from up here.
Fourth Electric is moving in.
So we've come backstage here, and we're on stage right, standing at our fly rail. Our fly rail is our system of counterweights and pulleys that control all of the curtains and our pipes that raise and lower up and down on stage. And the reason it's called a fly system is because we want to make things fly. It's a really complicated system, but once you figure it out, it's all just counterweights and making sure everything is balanced. And it takes a number of crew members to operate and make sure that it is safe. We'll take you out on stage here and get you an idea of what it looks like if you're looking out into the audience from on stage. And this is backstage, and we can talk to each other through headsets back here. There's full communication throughout the building where we can always be in contact with the whole tech crew as well as the box office. And we'll carry on and move on to someplace else in the theater here. Well, welcome to our theater scene shop. This is where a lot of the magic happens here behind the scenes. We've got a company loading in right now, getting ready to build their set for their next show, You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. We've got a fully functioning scene shop, with all the tools you could ever need to, run a nice, good carpentry shop. A lot of places do not have this in their facility. This was added to the building in 2004, as well as most of the backstage area that we've seen in the past few minutes. Our dressing rooms can accommodate up to about 25 people each on each side. When it comes down to having dance recitals and dance schools, you can get a lot more children in here than grown-ups, but we've got 2 full-size dressing rooms that are great for any tour that comes through that we can accommodate them. So this is a multifunctional space, but this is what we call our old green room, and this is part of the original theater construction back in 1972. This is where actors get ready to go out on stage after they've gotten their makeup and costumes, and they can sit in here and listen to what's going on stage. We also have a TV in here with a live feed of the stage so they can have an idea of what's going on. So now we're in the orchestra pit, and we had to duck down real low here. I'm pretty tall, so it's got some height issues here, but this is where the orchestra plays for all of our musicals. The conductor will usually sort of position himself in here. We also have a little side exit there by our stage that exits off stage right, and the acoustics down here. We've got some nice padding down here to keep it the sound really well, and it projects out into the house, which is located out this direction, and the stage is behind me here and above us. All of these platforms and wooden structures above us can be removed one by one, so we can open the whole thing or we can open just one piece at a time. Here at the Florissant Civic Center Theatre, we've got great affordable prices. You can come up here 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. We also offer a listening assist device that for any patron that has trouble hearing, we can offer them a nice state-of-the-art system so that they can put a pair of headphones on and they can hear what's going on. Call us any time of the day, area code 314-921-5678, or check us out online at www.florissantmo.com, and you can purchase your tickets online. Hello, welcome to the calendar section. The Florissant Fine Arts Council presents Route 66 from State Theatre of Georgia. And that show opens February 11th at 8 p.m. A rip-roaring, pedal-to-the-metal road trip down memory lane featuring hits such as Dead Man's Curve, King of the Road, Little Old Lady from Pasadena, 6 Days on the Road, GTO, Fun, 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 and I Get Around. Oh, and of course, Route 66. 4 snappy young pump jockeys take the audience to various stops along the historic Mother Road, where a menagerie of characters sing and dance to timeless pop and country tunes. The 50s music in this show is energizing and fun for all ages, and from the jazzy pop of Chicago, the two-stepping hoedown of Texas, and the beach-bumming car jams of California, this show has it all. Get your kicks on Route 66. Admission is $28 for adults and $26 for seniors and students. Continuing in February, the Ferguson-Florissant School District will present The Wiz, featuring students from all 23 schools in the district, February 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. At the end of February and continuing into March, the St. Louis Family Theater Series will present Junie B's Essential Survival Guide to School, from TheaterWorks USA, New York, New York. Now that Junie B has been going to school for over 1.5 years, who better to write the book on everything you need to know? From bus rules to Band-Aids, carpools to cookies, Junie B and friends deliver the definitive word on surviving and thriving in style. With a jillion tips, tricks, and trip-ups, Junie B shares her hard-won expertise and shows us all how school is sometimes scary, sometimes super fun, and always something to sing about. An all-new musical based on Barbara Park's popular books. That show runs February 26th at 2 p.m. and then the next weekend on March 3rd at 7:30 p.m. and March 4th at 2 p.m. Admission is $8 for all. Coming up in March, the Florissant Fine Arts Council presents Churchill, starring Andrew Edlin, March 12th at 2 p.m. It is April 1955. Churchill, age 80, agonizes in his wartime bunker below London. After dinner with the Queen and Prince Philip, Churchill must decide whether to resign as Prime Minister. The Cold War is gathering pace, he does not trust his successor, and Churchill is tired, forgetting names and losing his grip as he tries to decide what to do. He reviews his unique life, filled with history-changing events and people. Andrew Edlin's powerful performance includes iconic speeches, private revelations, witty stories, and brilliant commentary. Great for the history buff in us all. Admission is $28 for adults and $26 for seniors and students. The Alpha Players present To Kill a Mockingbird. It has been more than half a century since To Kill a Mockingbird was first published, but Harper Lee's story of racial tension and childhood interrupted by the ugly confusions of the adult world has not lost its power to captivate. It is 1935. Scout, a young girl living in the tired old town of Macomb, Alabama, is about to experience a summer that will affect the rest of her life. Scout lives with her brother Jim, their widowed father Atticus, a lawyer, and their housekeeper Calpurnia. Atticus has been appointed to defend Tom Robinson, a black man who has been accused of assaulting a young white woman. Through courage and compassion, Atticus seeks justice for Tom, while his feisty daughter's eyes are open to the cold-hearted adult side of her community. This is a story as moving and as magical as you could ever hope to find. Brought to you by the Alpha Players, and admission is $18 for adults, $16 for seniors and students, and $10 for children 12 and under. In April, the Hawthorne Players will present Love Letters. Andy and Melissa, both born to wealth and position, are childhood friends, whose lifelong correspondence begins with birthday party thank you notes and summer camp postcards. They continue to exchange letters through their boarding school and college years. Andy's last letter, written to Melissa's mother, makes it eloquently clear how much they really meant to and gave to each other over the years. Physically apart, perhaps, but spiritually as close as only true lovers can be. Admission is $18 for adults and $16 for seniors and students, and that show runs on March 31st at 7:30 p.m., April 1st at 7:30 p.m. They're going to do 2 Sunday matinees with this show. They'll have one on April 2nd at 2 p.m. and again one on April 9th at 2 p.m. And they'll also have shows that weekend on Friday and Saturday, the 7th and 8th at 7:30 p.m. Running in April, the Florissant Fine Arts Council presents Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, live with Peter Story. This one-man fusion of theater and stand-up is based on the New York Times #1 best-selling book of the last decade by John Gray. Moving swiftly through a series of vignettes, the show covers everything from dating and marriage to the bedroom. Sexy and fast-paced, this show is definitely for adults. It is a great recipe for a night out, a little storytelling blended with some comedy and a dash of sage wisdom from the books. Admission is $28 for adults and $26 for seniors and students. The show opens April 2nd at 7 o'clock p.m. All of our shows at the Florissant Civic Center Theatre, whether it's the Florissant Fine Arts Council, which presents the Applause series, have financial support from their members, the Regional Arts Commission, the Missouri Arts Council, the Employees Community Fund of Boeing St. Louis, and the City of Florissant, as well as the St. Louis Family Theater series gratefully acknowledges financial support from the City of Florissant, American Eagle Credit Union, the Missouri Arts Council, and the Regional Arts Commission, and the Florissant Fine Arts Council.